this is an oh my god, I can't even believe I'm doing this. This is the second update to the brony being accused of sexual assault thing. So here's what happened, okay? In case you don't remember, there is a big brony cartoon YouTuber who was accused, who has a wife, I believe, and he was accused of raping a 19-year-old brony girl who is called Emu Emmy. I believe is Australian. However, Emu Emmy did not publish her accounts firsthand. She went through someone called Kim. I like Kim Possible a lot, and some other A-log of this brony guy. And so the accusations sounded very believable to me. And there was a little debate in my chat over if I was wrong to say that it is sexual assault to push someone down on the bed and fuck them without establishing consent in any way, shape, or form. Because my chat is retarded sometimes. My position was that if the accusations are true, which is what I said, I was very careful, and I said if the accusations are true, that is definitely sexual assault. However, immediately afterwards, the next stream, I reported that the A-log who facilitated the expose in the first place was suicide baiting because Saberspark put out a very strong, very well-crafted statement that completely and totally denied absolutely everything. And actually, I think now he's contradicted himself, now that I think about it, because I think his initial statement was that he had absolutely no sexual relations with her. And now, according to this guy, the statement has changed somewhat, where they had a friends with benefits type relationship, and she was not upset with him until months after the fact. So what he did is he paid a guy to lift the text messages from his phone, and he's published those. And they show correspondence between the person who accused him and himself in a friendly and productive way for months after the second sexual encounter, which happened at the restroom, where he just ejaculated on her face. However, most pointedly, and this is incredible to me that he admits this, he admits both times that they had a sexual interaction that he offered her a handshake and said friends. So he confirmed that he's that fucking autistic, which is just like unfucking real. That of all the things that stuck, that happened. It's both sides said that after he ejaculated on this 19-year-old girl's face, he offered her a handshake and said friends. That happened. That's real. That happened on planet Earth in our lifetimes. So truly fucking bizarre. Afterwards, they continued talking to each other. And the only reason why, according to him, the only reason why they stopped talking is that where is it? Oh, he unfollowed her on Twitter, and she freaked out at him, and that's when he eventually went no contact with her. But I'll just read the points point by point. Saberspark paid hundreds of dollars to get the text messages. They were in a casual sexual relationship that lasted months, and they lasted months after the assaults, or the alleged assaults, which directly contradicts what Emily stated in the video, that they broke off contact after the second time. They discussed being friends with benefits in text messages. Saber ended the relationship, not her. She took it very poorly. Saber apparently was not able to stay erect during sex. The handshake and friends did in fact happen. And then after the second time, and this is kind of where it's like, okay, she's fucking nutso. She did a pregnancy scare. She lied to him about having a IUD, which is a intrauteral contraceptive device. And so an IUD you basically don't feel. So you have no way of knowing if it's there unless they tell you. So if they tell you they have an IUD so they can't get pregnant, then you have no way of knowing if that's a lie. So he had unprotected sex with her the first time, as was discussed, and she told him that she might be pregnant, which is what coaxed him to meet with her a second time, where he then ejaculated on her face and said friends again. And after that, he made it clear that he did not want to release. After it was clear that, after she cleared up that she was not actually pregnant, that explains why they went from sex to whatever the fuck that was in the bathroom, by the way. He didn't want to have sex with her again. That actually makes sense. That story makes sense because he didn't want to have sex. They were already having sex, so why not have sex a second time? Because he was afraid of getting her pregnant because she was doing a pregnancy scare. Okay, I got you. That's following logically. That tracks. Let's see. Then after the scare was over, he basically started ghosting her. She continued to try to talk to him. They had back and forth. And then after the unfollowing her on Twitter, she went crazy. Then, to make things worse for her, she was coaxed by the I Like Kim Possible a lot and the other retard that wanted to jump off a bridge into doing a expose story about Saberspark, which was horrifically bad and went nowhere and was immediately refuted by him. So yeah, that's kind of fucked up. Apparently she was molested when she was 8 years old. Apparently she's got BPD. Apparently she pulls like the I was molested at 8 years old thing like a lot. Like if you ever upset her, she is known to do that. So people don't like her. She is crazy. But she hasn't actually, I don't think she's spoke. I think, has she actually spoke? No. So she's like ghosted. This is all coming from this other bitch. And I don't know. Let me show if I can show this on screen. Because there is a screenshot, and I don't know if this is real. I'm not showing it on screen. Apparently, she never did anything nude, but she registered a Chatterbait account called I Suck Dick a Lot and wanted to get into being a cam girl, but never did. This is Kim Possible, not Emu Emmy, the girl, the accuser. But KP says that, I hide this. This is her response. I asked you guys to stop talking about this publicly in the server. I don't know the exact specifics of the new information. What I do know is that there's general implication there was some kind of sexual encounter, and unless you were there or someone recovers video footage of said encounter, I'm stopping this in its tracks. We, as third-party people, can never really know. I mean, you're the one that did the whole stream on it, lady. I'm stopping. Is the accuser perfect? Doesn't seem like it. Is this also leaning into some perfect victim ideology? Absolutely. I understand some parties are hurt by the situation, but there are multiple parties hurt, and I am tired and not even being a consideration. Woman gets ejaculated on in a bathroom by a brony. Unrelated third-party woman most affected. This is a complicated situation. It's really not. Where multiple things can be true, fucking enough. Do not bring up the situation in my server for the time being. It's upsetting and triggering. Due to the subject matter, point blank, you're afraid to discuss it via DMs, though. Well, I mean, try and fucking stop me from discussing it in DMs. Crazy bitch. This is in the chat, the 18+ venting. What did I miss? I'm not going to say I can't force people not to talk about this. Trying to hide the situation doesn't make you look good. Ash, this is a second Ash. Ash the Rally Cat says, especially when other servers are already discussing it on Twitter and YouTube, which are more public than a Discord server. KP responds and says, you're making a lot of assumptions about my reasoning, and if you're going to make an assumption that I made this decision because I'm trying to hide from the situation, politely, fuck off. Same note, any more disrespectful and dismissive takes, I'm not tolerating it, you know. Well, I hope that the lesson is learned, chat. Never stick your dick in crazy. Casual relationships will blow up in your face. I'm sure Saberspark will recover from this, but you know what? It probably could have been fucking avoided. I'm sure he regrets his penis decisions. And I hope you've all taken this as a valuable learning lesson moving forward, chat. All right. Don't even. Me goes on 20-minute diatribe about how life-ruining fucking crazy bitches is and how this could have been avoided if he just didn't enter into casual relationships with mentally unwell people that were molested at 8 years old. Chat, yeah, I would. There's no chat. These mans, you can't do nothing with these mans, chat.
Thank you for watching this clip by Colonel J. This is the King of Bold here. Remember to like and subscribe. Juice!